Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So I'm in the office right now, and I'm doing some tasks that God has me working on. And I wanted to speak on this right quick because last night I said a prayer, and shortly before I woke up this morning, I had an interesting accounting, a dream, and or something that happened or occurred in my dream state. And I'm not going to say that it was disturbing. I will say that it was eye-opening, and it gave me some clarity, a bit of clarity on some things. And I'm going to share that with you now. Look, there are people that have more knowledge and understanding in certain areas than you or I do. That does not mean that they are better than you or that they are more experienced than you. They just have an ability that you or I may not have currently at this state of our lives, of our existence in this world. We also do not know what these individuals had to do and or did to get some of these abilities, right? Some of them did not do the right things and or engage in behaviors that they should not have engaged in, but they did for various reasons. One of those reasons is them having the ability to engage in certain things that you or I do not have the ability to engage in because we did not make the same choice or decision that they did. But that does not mean that they have more power than our Father God. You understand? Meaning that these people may have an ability or I don't even want to call it a skill, but yeah, let's say a skill or whatever, that they have used to their advantage to subject other people to, let's say, negative treatment, evil, wickedness, cruelty, whatever. These people are not absent from any judgment that God has for them. In fact, the judgment that God has for them in a lot of ways is going to be even more extreme than those that do not engage in that wicked behavior, right? That cruel behavior. So I want you to keep in mind everything that I've said about certain people that are wicked and or evil or cruel or engage in some kind of witchcraft or spell work to come against us. They are doing so. But as I said, that's a weapon that when formed against us will not prosper if God does not allow it to prosper. I'm not going to say we are free and clear from it. We will still have to undergo some of these judgments and or some of these persecutions, let's say. Some of these raw, negative, and wicked behaviors from people. And we not understand as to why these things are allowed to happen to us, but they are happening to us for our good. Let's just put it that way. It's happening to us so that we have that experience, so that we know what it feels like, so that we can let other people know what we have been through, what we've had to deal with from the attacks of our enemies. Now, here's the great part about this. When God says enough, when God says no more, when God says stop, when God says this must be returned, this must be eliminated, this must be, or this must cease, this must not go on, God will not allow it to go on any further. And that's what I believe I experienced this morning was, in a way, an apology from certain individuals that have engaged in this behavior in my dream state. But the apology, I do not believe it, because the only reason why they are apologizing is because they are under or facing God's judgment. That's the only reason why they're apologizing. That's the only reason why they're coming to me in my dream state. Whereas before, they were attacking, they were hating on me, they were bullying, they were ostracizing me, they were trying to delay and or stop certain blessings from coming to me and or certain things from coming into my life, certain people, advancements, and so on and so forth. They were trying to take me out. And now they know that they're not going to be able to do so because God has told them to stop. So, whatever it is that these individuals are engaging in, I don't know everything. I never claim to know everything. But what I do know is that these individuals are facing some extreme judgment for the behaviors that they have involved themselves in. All I need to do and all you need to do is obey what God is calling you to do or asking you to do, and trusting and believing that God has a plan for your life. It's never over until God says it's over, and it's amazing how God can change things in a day, in a few hours, in an hour, in a minute, in half a minute. So I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you got something from it. Talk with you later. Bye.